Hey there, and welcome to Careers Unchecked, the podcast where we stop checking boxes and start making moves. This is for barrier breakers, career builders, and anyone who's ready to build a career that actually feels like theirs. I'm Brandy Oldham, career coach, interior designer, and year-round iced coffee drinker. Around here, we keep it real. From navigating career pivots to figuring out how to stay balanced when your to-do list feels like it's just never ending. Whether you're chasing that next promotion, thinking about switching things up, or just trying to figure out what's next, you're in the right place. My goal? To help you trust yourself, take action that feels good, and build a career that's sustainable, not stressful. So grab your drink of choice, settle in, and let's get to it. Let's have a real talk about job searching. As someone who's recruited, hired, and trained other recruiters and hiring managers, I've seen behind the curtain, and I want to share 5 things every job seeker needs to know. These are the truths I wish more people heard, especially when you're in the thick of it, questioning everything. So 1, let's start with, I hate to break it to you, but luck is a part of it. Yes, your experience matters, a good resume makes a heck of a difference, and preparation counts, but sometimes it's just timing. Or a hiring manager who happens to like your school, or someone who left the team last week and opened up a seat. And sometimes it's a recruiter who had a bad day. I actually remember one day so clearly. A recruiter I worked with had a flat tire, spilled coffee on her shirt, yes, and then just came into the office so flustered. She was late. She had 150 resumes to screen that morning, and I can guarantee her mood affected how she looked at those. It's not fair. It's also not personal, and it's just human. And it's one of the many reasons why rejection does not always mean you're unqualified. Sometimes it's just bad timing. And sometimes it's just the luck of landing in the right inbox at the right moment. All right, number 2, like anything in life, consistency is key. This is not about applying to 100 jobs a day. It's about showing up every week, updating your materials, nurturing your network, and taking action even when it feels uncomfortable. Job searching has emotional cycles. Some days you'll be motivated, and others you're just going to be exhausted. But the people who make progress, they show up anyway, a little bit each and every day. And they don't let one no take them off course. I actually had a client who tracked her progress in a spreadsheet, just 5 action items a week. One week it was 2 applications, a networking call, LinkedIn post, and I think a journaling reflection. These are small, steady moves. 2 months in, she had interviews lined up and more clarity than she started with. Another client this week told me that her no's just completely derail her in her job search. I get it. And I actually shared with her something that my family started doing. Full transparency, my spouse works a job where he's on call. And let me tell you, as a mother to a very young child under the age of 1, when those pagers and those phones start ringing, knowing he has to drop everything and go into work, it's enough to make my anxiety go through the roof. And the last few weeks have been less than ideal. I think 1 day out of the last 14, he has not been called in. It's been great. Anyway, my husband came up with this incentive for me to kind of help make it a little bit better. He said every time that pager goes off, he obviously gets overtime, you get to order takeout. Let me tell you, I was about to start celebrating when that thing, no, I'm kidding. I was not. Single parenting days on end is very hard, but it just takes a little bit of that edge off when I'm like, ooh, I get to order sushi delivered to my door and I don't have to make dinner for anybody. That's a win for me. And if he gets paged out in the middle of the night, he promises he'll show up at the door with coffee from my favorite coffee shop. So yeah, it's not my favorite thing in the world, but it is a win-win. I shared it with this client and she started laughing and said she's going to start implementing something similar. So if you're interested, feel free and take that idea from us. It does take the sting out of those no's a little bit. All right, number 3. If anyone promises you a quick fix, run. There is no secret sauce. There is no perfect template that is going to guarantee you'll get the interview. There is no resume tweak that will make you magically irresistible to a hiring manager. What works is clarity, intention, and strategy. You need to understand what you're looking for and then craft your materials to reflect exactly that and connect with people in real ways. And that's the hard part. A lot of people get intimidated and stuck at that point. There are really great resources out there, truly. I mean, honestly, we have some great ones on our website, but anyone who says, just follow these 3 steps and you'll land your dream job, they're selling something. And honestly, it's probably not what you need. It's going to make you feel better for a little bit, but it won't stick. And one of my biggest pet peeves, those ads that say, this resume got me 5 interviews in 2 days. First off, we don't know a thing about that person's background, who their connections are, or even their target industry. And second, your job search, it's not a vending machine. You can't just walk up and press A1 and get your dream role. It's going to take time. So be patient. And number 4, I want you to know this isn't just a chapter. It will not last forever. I know it feels like you're going to be in limbo for years. Like the only thing you're ever going to talk about again is your resume or your last interview. But I promise this is temporary. You are not your job search. You are not behind and you are not alone. One day, hopefully soon, this will be something you look back on, not something you're stuck in. So please take care of yourself in this process. Sleep, move your body, laugh with friends, laugh when you can. This chapter is not your entire story. And I say this with love and personal experience. Job searches, they just shrink your world. Everything starts to revolve around, how did that interview go? Why didn't they call you back? Is something wrong with your resume? You start refreshing your inbox more than you're probably drinking water. But the truth is, clarity, momentum, those often come away from the screen. In real life, in conversations, in rest. So connect with the people around you. Remember, you're not your job search. And number 5, and this one's controversial, I'm well aware. Submitting applications is going to feel really good and it's going to feel productive, but it is not the fastest way to get hired. I know it feels good to click submit. You got that dopamine hit, like you're doing something. But if you actually want to level up your job search, you have got to talk to real people. Reach out to former colleagues. Ask a friend to connect you with someone at their company. Follow up after that webinar you attended. You're going to have to put in the work. You got to say yes to coffee chats, even when they make you feel super awkward, because real humans open real doors. That's the cold, hard truth. Some of the best roles are filled before they're ever posted, and that only happens if there's connections on the back end. I actually once had a client land her dream job, not because of an application, but because she messaged an alum from her college with a thoughtful question about their work. It turned into a phone call, turned into a referral, turned into an offer. Honestly, she skipped the job board entirely. And I'll be the first to tell you I'm not a big fan of skipping an equitable job search, but I have to also be real. It happens. So if you're in the middle of a job search right now, I want you to know I see you. I know it's frustrating, full of uncertainty, and honestly, it's taking up most of your time, your confidence, and your energy. But you're not doing it wrong. It is just really hard. And if you want support that's grounded, strategic, honest, you got to check out our DIY Career Toolkit. We have this service called The Vault, and it's filled with resources to help you job search smarter, not harder. We've got resume guides to help you write confidently, interview prep materials so you're walking in ready, cover letter templates, informational interview packets, networking tips that get you out of your inbox and into real conversations, even activity decks to help you reconnect with the world around you on the hard days. You do not have to figure all of this out alone. You just got to start. And this might be the point where you can actually start with a good foot forward. I'll drop the link in the show notes, but just remember, you're not alone. This won't last forever. You've got this. Thanks for joining me today on Careers Unchecked. If you've got a career question or just need someone to bounce an idea off of, reach out. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take a breath, take a step, and keep moving forward. You've got this.